Sacred greetings, everyone. Leanne here. Last week we talked about reciprocity, and this week we're going to dive into plant dietas. That's the Spanish term for a plant diet. And I'm going to share with you what a plant dieta is and the process of it, and my own experience, my own journey with it. So, the plants, just about every plant found in nature has healing abilities. Having an understanding of the personality of the plants allows you to choose the correct plant to diet with for your intention. This can either be for a specific healing or to learn. Plant dietas or diets is an important part of the Amazonian shamanic traditions, where the dieter follows a very specific diet enters into isolation in the forest and ingests a liquid preparation of the plant in order to receive a teaching and healing powers that the plant spirits hold. They often go about 14 to 28 days and sometimes a year into this dieta. Now, for those of us who live in a city and work a 9-to-5 job, going into the forest is usually not an option. However, you can do a dieta in the 21st century. It's possible, and I'll explain later. A plant diet is like the process which helps one open up to knowledge and healing powers of the plants. And you come to commune with this plant. And plant diets have the potential to bring about healing, transformation, and learning in ways beyond comprehension of the rational mind. So, through these plant dietas, one can heal and transform on all levels, like psychologically, emotionally, energetically, and spiritually. And through the dieta, you can open up to your innate connection to the universe, to your true nature and personal power. So, how does this work? Well, in order to open up to the communion with the plants, you must be willing to make a commitment to the process, and it's sometimes not very easily. It consists of a limited diet, and it requires, which allows you to connect with the plants so that the plant can move through you easily. And you have to restrict yourself from certain substances and avoid contact with others, and the plant has to come into your body fully. And it depends on the nature of the plant. A lot of people avoid, because we have master plants and we have regular plants, and mostly master plants, you avoid everything. So as a general rule, the dieter will need to adhere to these types of dietary restrictions and lifestyles, regardless of what plant they are dieting. So like little to no sugar, salt, sugar, spices, oils, caffeine, alcohol, meat, processed foods, no sex or sexual arousal or think about sex. I know. No use of toothpaste, insect repellent, sunscreen, shampoo, any products that like these unless they are natural, have natural ingredients, and limited contact with others. Some dietas will call for complete isolation, others not, like I said earlier. But spending time alone is important for your dieta. That's a tall order, right? Huge order. And when my teacher shared with me that that's what we were going to do, I about lost it. And I did, and I have done dietas over the last few years. But I remember the first time that I did my first dieta, and it was with cedar. And it was to prepare me not only for the learning of the plants, but it was also to help me to carry a fire that pertained to the herb pertained to the certain fire that I was working with in Iceland. And I had luckily my partner lives in a different country, so in that moment I was grateful that I didn't have contact. um, I had no, it's possible to do this in the 21st century. You just have to get creative. I didn't eat any meat. I didn't eat any sugar, no coffee. And, because we live in the 21st century, that might seem really brutal, but it's a decision that you get to make in order to commune with this beautiful plant. Now, in many traditions, people will use the Amazonians or the South American tradition, Mexican tradition. A lot of traditions will do diets before a plant, specifically with ayahuasca and other South American plants. Now, you can do this with a multitude of plants, like I said. The process, it's not only clearing your body, it is really opening you up to the knowledge and wisdom that this plant has to offer. Now, cedar is about cleansing and cleansing the spirit, but also being strong within yourself. And I needed that medicine in order to hold this powerful fire, which was in the West fire, which the West fire is about transformation and transmutation. And so the herb associated with this fire helped me to really hold this fire for the people that I was in service to. And had I not done this work with this plant, I don't believe I would have been strong within myself in order to do this. This plant now is with me on a regular basis, and oftentimes I will do dietas at the end of my 40-day journeys with my plants. Either I'll do 14 days or I'll do 7 days. It's difficult sometimes because we work, right? Oftentimes, you have to work. So oftentimes I would say, don't give me a hug, or I'm in ceremony right now. And people usually respect you. And the hardest part, I think, for me was human contact, not giving hugs, and not having coffee. So it is very transformative. And the healing that I received, I went through some emotional turmoil, really, because I was cleansing my body, and cedar was about cleansing the spirit, cleansing the mind, cleansing, and so much more. It was a beautiful experience, and it's often a beautiful experience. And it's a small, and I won't even say it's a price to pay, it's a decision you get to make in order to have this amazing experience with these plants. So let's have a conversation. I love this topic. It's a very near and dear to me. Plant dietas have really shifted my mind and my body and spirit, and have changed my life. If you have anything else to add on to this topic, please respond below. So, have an amazing day, and thank you for watching. Signing out, Sacred Wild Woman.